Hello friends, welcome to Electrical Design Engineering YouTube channel. This is our lecture number 64 of our free course ETAP. In this lecture we will see what is the rotor angle and what is relative rotor angle, and then after that we will study the effect of rotor angle on the parallel generators using ETAP simulation. So first of all we will study what is rotor angle. The rotor angle is the angular position difference between the axis of the rotor magnetic field and the axis of stator rotating magnetic field in a synchronous machine. You see, this is the stator and this is the rotor. This is the axis of the rotating magnetic field of the stator, and this is the axis of rotation magnetic field of a rotor. The angular difference between these two axes, that is the axis of rotor magnetic field and the axis of stator magnetic field, the difference between the two, the angular position, the angular difference position between the two axes is called the rotor angle. Now we will study the effect of load on rotor angle. With an increase in load, the rotor speed decreases momentary, which increases the angular separation between the axis of rotor and the stator field. Therefore, the load or a rotor angle increase. When we increase the load, the rotor speed decreases momentary for a small time. At this time, when the speed decreases, when the speed of the rotor decreases, its angle increases. This angle increases. That means that with the increase of the load, our rotor angle increases. With a decrease in the load, the rotor speed increases momentary, which decreases the angular separation between the axis of a rotor and the stator magnetic field. Therefore, the load angle decrease. But when the load is decreasing, the speed of the rotor increases. So this angular difference between the two axes of magnetic field decreases. So our load angle decreases. Now, what is the relative load angle? The relative load angle, when two or more machines operate in parallel, the relative rotor angle is the angular difference between one machine and a reference machine. If two machines run at the same speed, and their relative rotor angle will be 0. Therefore, there will be no active power transfer between them. The slag generator is used as the reference machine. When you are running the two generators, one of the generator will be a slag in a swing mode or a slag generator. The slag or a swing generator is considered as the reference machine, and we can measure the other rotor angles with reference to that machine. In ETAP, to study the effect of load angle in parallel connected generators, we will be loading one generator to 90% and another to 10%. A generator at 90% load will have higher rotor angle, will operate nearly steady state limit, and the generator at 10% load will have a much smaller rotor angle, typically in the range of 10 to 20 degrees. So in ETAP, what we can do, we are loading the two generators unbalancedly. We are putting 90% of load on one generator and 10% of load on another generator, and load, the generator on which there is a 90% of load, their rotor angle will be near to steady state limit, that is 90 degree, and the generator with on which there is a 10% of load, their rotor angle will be within the range of 10 to 20 degrees. So in ETAP simulation, we can study the effect of this rotor angle on the parallel connected generators. Okay, now go to the ETAP. This is the model which we are discussing from the day we are starting this power system stability. In this model, we will add one more generator and study the effect of rotor angle when two generators are connected in parallel. First of all, we will go to edit mode and we will move it slightly here and right click and copy right click again, and there are two things. One is paste. If you paste here, there is a one copy already created in that embedder. If you move from embedder, if you do this, then the copy which is in the embedder will move here, and the embedder will become empty. Can connect it here. Okay, we can adjust it like this. Okay, first of all, we will keep both the generators in swing mode, and we will study their load sharing. They are sharing the load equally. We will name it LFA report. Click OK. You can see this the load on that is 2500 kilowatt and 1875 kVAR reactive load. This is same, both the generators are sharing the load equally. Now when you are connected two generators in parallel, one of the generators should be swing mode and another we will keep it on MVAR control mode. You can go double click here and select the MVAR control and go to the rating, and in the rating you can define the load here, that is 2.5 and 1.875. here it is in kilowatt, and the load displayed first was in kilowatt here, and it is in megawatt. So when we convert the kilowatt into megawatt, it will become 2.5 and 1.875, and click OK. Now we can perform one more time the load flow analysis to see that the generators are equally loaded. You can see again the generators are equally loaded. Now we can go and study the transit stability, and we can first of all here we can add click on edit study case, transit stability case, and we will create one more study case, that is we can name it TS transit stability analysis, and click OK. Then go to event. In the event we have already defined that we can edit it. We can name it TS a transit stability fault and click OK. And this one we can name it TSA transit stability fault cleared FC, and we can name it 1.5 and OK. We can apply the three-phase fault on this bus 1, and we can go to the plot and we can add one more generator because now two generators are here, and click OK. Now we can run the transit stability. Before running the transit stability, I will click here and prompt click the transit stability. Here we can write it equal load and click OK and run the transit stability, and you can see OK. Now we can go to the plots. Okay, yes, okay, there is only coming one generator, so can close this plot first and go to again plots. One minute, we have to select here TSA and run transit stability. Now it is coming properly. Now we can go to plots, and now both generators are coming. We can study the power angle reactive and click plot, you can see there is zero. Both the generators are at zero. That means the relative power angle between the two generators is zero because both are equally loaded. Their rotor angle displacement, rotor angle will be equal to the relative rotor angle will be zero. Now in the second case, we will load the generators unequally and see what is the effect on the rotor angle. First of all, we will close this and we will close again this. Now we can load the two generators unequally rating. The total load is 5,000 kilowatt, that is 5 megawatt. So 10% of load is will be 5.5 and it will be 0.3750. Okay, and click OK. Okay, now we will run again the transit stability. 1 minute, we can close 1 minute for this. We can now name it new prompt and run the transit stability. We can name it unequal and OK. You can see now the load on this one is, you can, there's a relative, and this is 0 and there's a relative angle degree minus 24, and you can see that the load on this 500 kilowatt and 375, that is 10% of the total load and 90% of the total load. We had adjusted here only the 10% of this load, the automatically it supplies 90% of this load. Then we can do analysis. Then we can go to the plots, and in the plots we can now generate a relative angle. You can see there is a large transit style. This is the large vibration is. Now you can see during this period, you can see there is a large variations in the variations in the rotor angle, and these variations create various vibrations in the generator shaft, and there's a high chance of that the generator shaft will break. You can also see that the rotor angle exceeds 160 degrees. It is around 166. That means that both the generators will lose the synchronism and it will be out of synchronism. Now we have seen that we have studied both equal load and unequal load. Now we will find the fault clearing time, that is a critical fault clearing time at which both the generators will remain in synchronism without in an unloaded condition without losing the synchronism. For that we can go to the edit study case and go to the events. Here we can decrease the fault clearance time to 100 milliseconds, that is 1.1, and click OK and perform the fault. Now we can see again, go to the plots and now we can see it relative power angle. Now you can see that variation is drastically reduced, and you can see it is within the around it is 14 degrees. You can see it's around 14 degrees. So both the and 40, here it is 40 to 40 50. That means our rotor and our two generators will be in synchronism after the disturbance is cleared. And we can also see the kilowatt MVA plot also here. You can close this one and this one. You can see both the kilowatt MVA is getting stable after the synchronism means after the fault is cleared. Okay. Now in this way we have studied the effect of a rotor angle, effect of the rotor angle on the load or unequal load when the load is unequal on generators, and how we find the fault clearing time. In ETAP you cannot get a direct fault clearing time, you have to do a hit and trial method. Then you can find the proper fault clearing time, at which for time the fault should be clear, so that our generator should be in synchronism.